Hi friends, can you hear me now? Hi guys, can you hear me now? Can anyone confirm if you can hear me? Okay, so let me share my screen so you can check if you can hear the sound. Can you hear the rain sound? No? Can anyone confirm? Okay, please listen to this. So after 1 minute, the class will begin. So because this is an intensive program, I divided this into 7 sections. So after each section, for 2 minutes, I am playing the nature sounds, so that your mind will be fresh. You will be out of your stress, so that you can focus on the next session. So this is an intensive session. Please listen to this, and you can practice at home. So you will think like you can understand once you watch the video, but later you may forget things, so you will have to watch it once again, and you can practice at home. So yeah, let us listen to it. So after this, our class will begin.
In this session, we are going to see two things. First thing, download and install Small Basic. The second thing, how to navigate Small Basic application. So here in the address bar, I am typing smallbasic.com. Type smallbasic.com and enter Microsoft Small Basic website. Open. So if you see their slogan, every kid can code. It's a simple programming language anyone can learn and code. On the top right hand side, there are two boxes you can see. First one, download Small Basic. If you download it, you can use it offline without internet connection. The second option, second box, you see start coding online. So for which you need an internet connection. You need not download it. We are downloading it right now. So just click on the download so that we can use it offline without even an internet connection. So the moment you click on the download button, there is a file called smallbasic.msi got downloaded. So this is a Chrome browser, so you can see the file name here. You can even click on this to install the software. For the other browsers, you can see this file in the download folder. So I'm going into the download folder. So here we can see smallbasic.msi file is in the download folder. So I had downloaded twice, so there are two files. Otherwise, so you can double click on any of the files to install it. So I'm just double clicking on one of them. The moment you download double click, we can see the installation wizard open. In the installation wizard, click next. Now you accept the license agreement. For any software, before installation, we have to accept the license agreement. Otherwise, it will not allow to install. So click accept, then click next. Again click next. And then click on install. So this will take some time as it will extract all the files and start installing on your PC. So we need to have some patience before this installation gets completed. So as of today, we are learning Small Basic, but as we progress, after this programming language, we can also learn other languages like C and Python or any suitable languages, any required languages. So in a few seconds, this will get installed completely. Yeah, now it is installed, so we can click on the finish button. So that means Small Basic got installed. So now if you go onto the Windows Start button and type Small Basic, you can see Small Basic already installed. You just type Small Basic there and search. So you can see the icon, it is already installed. I'm trying to add it to the taskbar. So I'm right clicking and clicking on the pin to taskbar, which means we can access it from the taskbar instead of each time going into the start button, in the start button. Yeah, so now we can see the icon on the taskbar. So I'm clicking it on the taskbar. Small Basic application getting opened. So now we can see this is the Small Basic desktop application, desktop or laptop application, not the online application. But the online application also looks one and the same. It also looks the same. Now we'll see how to navigate within the small basic application. So the first button is new button, which will open a new window to start coding. We are already on a window, but if we press new, so another window will get opened. So which is not required. So I'm just closing it. Suppose if we close this one also, then we will need a new one. So I'm just clicking on the new one. So we can also resize this one. So I'm just resizing on all the four sides. I'm also zooming it so that you can see the letters properly. So in order to learn the other navigation buttons, let us open a small program. Whether we can write a small program or open the existing one. So new button we have already seen. So let us open. Open means we can open the existing programs. So we can see there are three programs. This PC document small basic program, program 1, program 2, program 3. So I'm just opening the third program. Open. So the program got opened. I'm again resizing this one. So that we can see big letters. So I wrote a small program here. We can learn programming later. This is just to demonstrate the navigation buttons. So I can explain you anyway. So it is a kind of small object oriented programming language, small basic. So where we don't write object oriented programming, but the API comes in that format. So this one is called the object text window, and text window is an object, where this one is the operation on this text window object, which is also called the method. For example, these are the methods. WriteLine is a method. These are parameters, of course. We are setting the parameters of the text window. So text window background color and foreground color we are setting, and we are writing a line saying hello world 2 times. So we have seen new button, we have seen open button. So we can save it if you make any changes. So for example, let us change it. Hello world, how are you all? So I made a small changes. We can save it. It will save into the same program. Similarly, the save as button, we can save a copy of it. We can save anywhere. So we can choose any folder and any file name. For example, let us save the same folder with a different file name. Program 4. We are saving it with a different file name. Click save. So we saved it to program 4. So we have seen the first 4 buttons, and let us see this run button. Run button is to execute the program. So let us see the output of this program. For that we have to click run. So I click run button. So we can see the text window now with these two parameters set. So you can see the background is blue and foreground is white, and we can also see these two lines, hello world, how are you all. So let me make it big letters, blue background, white letters, hello world, how are you all. So two lines it printed, right line. So it wrote a line, again right line, wrote another line. So press any key to continue. I'm just clicking a spacebar. So we have seen the run button as well, and the last button is graduate button. So this is not much required at this stage, but so this is for converting your small basic program into a Visual Basic program. So Microsoft Visual Basic is an advanced application. So we can convert this program into small basic. You just have to select the location and say continue. It will save the program in Visual Basic format. So we don't need this now. So I'm just clicking cancel. So other buttons are common buttons. Suppose we are cutting this, we are selecting this line and cutting it. So again we are pasting it. Similarly, let us copy this button and paste it here. So cut and paste means it is moving it from one place to other. Copy and paste means copying another line. So we can undo what we have done in the last step. So if you click undo, so it is gone. Similarly, if we redo, again it will be undone. So we have seen all the buttons except import and publish. These are basically, once you develop a full-fledged application, you can publish this application into the small basic website. So if you click publish, so I click publish. So this program got published onto the small basic website and it is giving a reference number. So this reference code, you can share it with your friends, and using this reference code they can access this program, means they can download this program from the small basic website. So let us save this code and close it, and let us also close this window. And suppose now we are trying to access it. Click on the import button and give this code and say OK. So now this programming is getting loaded from the small basic website, not from your desktop or laptop. So I'm just expanding. So if you see here, it says imported. So you have to save it. If you save it, you have to give the file name. So let us say program 5. I'm giving it program 5. So we have seen all the options. So if we need to recap it, new is to open a new program window, open to open an existing program which is saved on your desktop or laptop. Save button is to save the changes to the same file, and save as is to save to another file, which means a copy of the file to another folder or to another file name. So publish is to publish your code onto small basic website. Import means downloading the others or your old program from small basic website. So cut, copy and paste, you must be already knowing. Cut means you can cut the portion of your program. Copy means it will be copied. Paste means it will be pasted. Cut copy means you can cut at one place and paste at another place, whereas copy paste means you can copy from the one place and paste it. That means both places it will be there. So you can also undo and redo. So you can undo the last operation. For example, if you accidentally delete something, if you undo, it will come back. Similarly, you can redo it. If you want to delete it again, you can click redo. And run button is to execute the program, and graduate button is to convert your small basic program into Visual Basic. Yeah, we are done with the navigation. Let us move into the other lesson.
In this short session, we are going to learn two aspects. First one, constant and variable in small basic, and second aspect, input and output commands in small basic. So let us start. So I'm saying name equal to Lakshmi. So here this means name is a variable name, Lakshmi is a constant, also called literal. So I'm also writing another variable and constant. Age is equal to 16. So if you see, 16 is a constant number, age is a variable name. This is not a variable value, it is a variable name which contains the value, constant value given here. So these are constant values because we are hard coding in the program itself and we are not inputting during the execution of the program. So if you see, let us try to print this one. Text window, write line, name. So let us also write text window, write line, age. So what is this write line? This is a output command. So write line, it will write a line on the output screen, which is also called the text window. So here in small basic, text window is an object, then dot, and this is an operation on this object. So this is also called a method or function or operation on the object given. So on the text window we are writing a line with value of the name. What is name here? The value of name is Lakshmi. Here we are printing age. The value of age is 16. So only the value gets printed here. So let us execute and see what will get printed. Run. I'm clicking on the run button. So you will get an output screen. So it printed Lakshmi and age 16. Name and age was printed. And it is not the variable name but the actual value gets printed here. And then press any key to continue. You can click any key to go back to your program. So instead of inputting the constant value, if you want to input variable value, means inputting from the keyboard. So let us see how to input. So this is an output command, write line. So let us write another command called read. Text window, read. So instead of the variable, instead of the constant here, we'll take it out and put name equal to text window read, which means the name, the value of the name will be read from the keyboard. And let us do the same for the age. Age equal to text window read, or you can also use read number because this is a number. So let us use this one only. So I'm reading the name from text window, that's also from the keyboard, and I'm also reading the age from text window. So I'm reading an age from text window, putting into the variable name called age. So I'm reading a name from text window and putting it into the variable name, and then I'm printing the value of name and printing the value of age. So these two are input commands because we are reading from the keyboard, and these two are output commands because we are printing onto the screen. So let us execute and see. So I clicked on this button. So it is waiting on the screen. So you have to enter it from the keyboard. What you have to enter? First you have to enter your name. So I'm entering Satvik. Enter. So then again it is waiting
it is waiting for age. So let us give the age, and then it printed the value of name and it printed the value of age. So press any key to continue. So when it is asking for the name, so we don't understand what exactly it is waiting for. So let us also write a text there. So I'm copying this one and I'm pasting it here. I'm pasting it here. So instead of name, I'm writing some message. What is your name? So it is an output command. WriteLine is an output command. It will print what is your name. Then it will wait for you to enter your name. So similarly, we'll copy another line, copy, paste. Here it will say, how old are you? So it is a write line, it is an output command. So it will print how old are you and wait for you to enter your age, because this is read is a input command. Then it will print your name and your age. So let us execute this again. So I clicked on this run button. So it is saying what is your name, it printed, then it is waiting for you to enter your name. So let me enter a name, Ashik. Then it printed how old are you and waiting for us to enter the age. So let us enter 7. So then it is printing Ashik and 7, the value of name and value of age. So I'm going back. So again, here we don't understand what it printed. So let us also say this is your name or something like that. So I'm again copying this output command, copy, I'm pasting here, paste, and say your name is and then it prints the name. Similarly for the age, I'm also copying once more, copy, then paste, your age is. So it prints your age is, then the value of your age. So age, it read your age here and put it into the variable name called age, right? So the same value it prints here. Similarly, here it is reading your name and putting it into the variable called name. So the same value will be printed here. So it will not print like name, the value of this variable, name it prints. So let us see, let us execute again, run. So what is your name? So let me say Lakshmi, and how old are you? Let us say 18. So it says your name is Lakshmi, your age is 18. So it is printing in the next line because we used the write line. Write line means write in one line and go back to the next line. Similarly, your age is and is going to the next line because we gave write line. So instead of that, let us give write. So here instead of write line, if you give write, so once it's printed here, it will wait here, and the next line it will print next to this. Let us also give a space. Similarly, let us use write, so that not here. So it prints your age is and waits here to print the next line, which is age. So after printing this, it will not go to the next line, so that the age will get printed next to this. Whereas after printing this one, it will go to the next line because we are using a write line. Similarly, here also we are using write line. So after printing your name, it goes to the next line. So let us execute it. I clicked on this one. What is your name? Satvik. How old are you? 11. So your name is, after this it did not go to the next line, it printed Satvik. So after this it went to the next line because we gave right line. Similarly, after printing your age is, we gave right, so it did not go to the next line. And then it printed age. After this it went to the next line because while printing age, we gave right line. So press any key to continue. So this is all for the input commands and output commands. Also, we have seen constant values and variable names. So constant is like this, name is equal to, so this is a constant value we are giving within quotes because this is a string or text. Similarly, age is equal to 11. So we are giving a constant value here. So instead of that, if you want to give a variable name, we have to read it. Text window read. So this will take a variable name from the keyboard. Similarly, here, instead of giving the constant value 11, so it will read from the keyboard what is your age. So this we have seen it. We have seen both constants, variables, and we have also seen input commands and output commands. Input command read we have seen, output command write and write line. So we can also use read number because this is a number. So generally used during the mathematical operation. So here we are not using any mathematical operation. So read also works fine. So we can also use read number for the numbers. So let us execute and see. So there is no difference. I click here. What is your name? How old are you? 38. So your name is Raju. Your age is 38. Press any key to continue. So let us move to the next session. In this session, we are going to learn mathematical operations in small basic. So let us see a equal to 1, b equal to 2, c equal to a plus b. And write line text window, write line, C. So we are assigning a constant value 1 to A and constant value of 2 to B, and we are adding the values of A plus B and B and assigning to C. So here the value of A is 1, value of B is 2, so we are adding 1 plus 2 and assigning to 3, and we are printing the same. So let us just see how it runs. So you can see the result is 3. So instead of that, we can read the numbers. So I am trying to read text window, read number I am using because this is a number. This is not only a number, we are going to use it for mathematical operations. So we are reading a number from text window and assigning to A, and we are reading another number from text window that is actually from the keyboard and assigning to B, and we are adding the values of A and B and placing it in C, and we are printing the value of C. So let us see once again. So where it is asking for the numbers, I am giving 2 numbers and it is adding and showing the sum of 2 numbers. So instead of this operation, so we can also use subtract, we can also use multiplication, we can also use division. So let us also run it once. 3, 2. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So it is giving a floated value. So whether it is an integer or float, there is no difference. We don't declare whether the variable name is integer or float. So it takes based on the context. So let us again run it. So 1, 3. So if you see, we are dividing 1 by 3. So it is giving a big float number. So now instead of giving the operator, let us develop a small calculator. Of course, this requires a if condition. I will explain you if condition later, but let me write you using if, a small calculator using if. So let us also read a operator. So text window read. So we are reading an operator, which operator we want, and let us see if operator equal to plus, then C equal to A plus B. Else if, I'm making the number small, else if operator equal to minus, then C equal to A minus B. Else if operator equal to star. So this is star is used for multiplication in any of the programming languages. As you know, C is equal to A multiplied by B, A into B. So else if operator is equal to slash, then C is equal to A slash B. I'm saying, and so we are comparing we are reading 2 numbers, first number, second number, then we are also reading the operator, which operator we want. Text window read, reading the operator and assigning to OPR. This is just a variable name which will have one's character. So whichever character you enter, it will get stored here. So if operator is equal to plus, then we are adding to A and B and placing it in C. If it is minus, we are subtracting. If it is star, we are multiplying. If it is division, we are dividing it. Then finally, we are printing the value of C. So let us run this program. I click here. So I'm giving 3, 2 and plus. So it says, it shows the sum of 3 plus 2. So it is adding 3 plus 2 and placing it in C and printing the value of C. So let us again run it. So 34, 32 and minus. So 34 minus 32, 2, which means A value is 34, B value is 32, C value is A minus B because we gave the minus. Enter. Similarly, we can also multiply it. So let's say I am saying 3, 4 multiplication symbol. So 3 into 4 product is 12. So similarly, I'll run division. 3, 4 division. So 3 by 4 it is 0.75. So these are not the only mathematical operators we also have. So I am removing this one, this code. So C equal to math reminder. Suppose we need a reminder of A comma B. Text window write line C. So we are reading two values A and B and we are taking the remainder and placing into C. So if you see the menu here, for the math object there are so many methods. You can practice one by one later on. So I will not explain you each and every one because it is self-explanatory. You can practice one by one. So here we are taking the remainder function and printing it. So let us execute it. So I am saying 23 and 3. So if you see 3 7 are 21, the remaining value remainder is 2, so it is printing 2. So similarly, for example, let us say A divided by B. Again we will go back to the basic operation, mathematical operation, division. So let us see the value. Suppose 1 and 3, 1 divided by 3. So it is giving a big float number. So instead of this, suppose we need a rounded number. So here we can use math.round. So it will round the result to the nearest number and give you the nearest number. So let us see 21 by 4. So 21 by 4 is 4 point something. So it is 5 point something. So it is rounding it to 5. So if it is 5.5 or more, it will round it to 6. If it is less than 5.5, it will round it to 5. So instead of that, if you always want to round it to the upper number, let us say ceiling of A divided by B. So let us execute it. So 21 by 4. So 21 by 4 is 5.2 or something. So but it is rounding it to the sixth, the next number. So it is because it is a ceiling, it's not a floor, it is going to the ceiling. So let us also use the floor. Instead of ceiling, we can also use floor. Floor means it will go it will round it to the lower number instead of upper number. So run. So we are saying 21 by 4. So it is rounding, it is 5.2, it is rounding to 5 instead of 6. So it always flooring always rounds it to the lower number, ceiling always rounds to the upper number, whereas round rounds to the nearest number. If it is 0.5 or more, it goes to 1. If it is less than 0.5, it goes to 0, like that. So there are so many such functions. Suppose let us take max and A comma B. So we are reading two numbers. We want which one is the bigger one. So max. So I'm executing it. So 345 and 34. So bigger number is 345. So similarly, we can also use min, and there are so many other functions we can use. So with the math object, there are so many functions. So we can check and practice one by one. So let us move on to the next session. In this session, we'll learn how to use if condition in small basic. So the general syntax of if condition is if give some condition a greater than b, for example, then do something. Do something. Do something is not a command. So here we can give any number of lines of code that will get executed. So we can close it and if. So let us say this is a condition, right? In order to use this condition, we need to have, suppose a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3. So if a greater than b, so if this condition becomes true, it returns a boolean value, means true or false. So if a greater than b is true, then do this thing. This is the syntax you have to use. Then do something, then and if. So what we'll do? So let us write text window write line yes, or first number is big. So we can also use else condition. Else. So I'm copying this one. So if a greater than b returns false, so this part will get executed. So between else and if whatever number of lines, those numbers will get executed. So here it is not first number, right? So if a greater than b is false, then maybe second number is big. So let us execute. So second number is big. It says second number is big because 3 is bigger. So a greater than b, 2 greater than b, false. So it goes here and this second number is big. So let us change it. 3 and 5. So now let us execute. So now it says second number is big. Let us change this one to bigger. Execute. First number is big. So if a greater than b, so this returns true because a is greater than b. So this part will get executed. So what if both numbers are same? So let us keep 5. So then execute it. So it says second number is big, which is false, right? Because it says a greater than b returns false because a is not greater than b. It goes here and it prints second number is big. So it is false. So we should keep another condition. Else if b greater than a. So we should explicitly compare b with a as well. And here we'll print. So if a greater than b, print a is first number is big. If b greater than a, print second number is else. Means both are not true, means both are equal, right? So here we write both are equal. So it says both are equal. So let us instead of giving the constant number, let us read it. Text window, read number. Well, this is a number we are using in mathematical comparisons. So here read a number and place it into A, and read another number and place it into B. So then we compare. If A greater than B, first number is big. Else if B greater than A, second number is big. Else both are equal. So let us read two numbers. So it is waiting for two numbers, 3, 4. So second number is big. Let us execute again and give equal numbers, 5, 5. So both are equal. So like this. So one more thing, if condition can be used only once. If a greater than b, then if then condition can be used only once. Of course, you can write multiple number of code here. Similarly, else is optional. So we have already seen if a greater than b, then do something, then end if. So else we did not use earlier. So else is optional. But if we use it, we can only use it once. Whereas this else if condition, we can use it any number of times. In between else if condition, we can use it any number of times. We used 2 or 3 times in our previous program when we compared mathematical simple calculator. When we did write a simple calculator, plus minus multiplication division, and we are taking the operator, we use multiple times, right? So this condition can be used multiple times. So now maybe you can try with 3 numbers using if condition. You can print biggest of 3 numbers using if condition. So within if, you can use another if also. For example, nested if. So let us say, I will not write it completely. So let us read 3 numbers. Suppose if a greater than b, so we can also compare if b greater than a. You can do like this. So a greater than b, and if a greater than c. So here if a is greater than b also, a is greater than c also, then we can say first number is the biggest. So like this, you can use if condition within another if. So using such a nested if, or without using a nested if also, you can solve this problem. So you can try this on your own. So let me give you some shortcut. Instead of using if also, you can find a biggest number of 3. So I'll give you some shortcut, but this condition you can try. Using if condition, you can try this solution. So I'm taking another variable called temp, and math max a comma b. So here we are comparing a and b and putting the max number in temp. So now let us again compare math max, temp and c. So already temp has the biggest number of a and b, so we have to compare this one with the third number. So big is math max, temp and c. So temp is already biggest of first two, so we are comparing with c. If c is bigger, it will get into big. If c is not bigger, temp will go into big. So we can print the biggest number. Text window, write line, big. So finally big has the biggest number, right? So we are printing the biggest number. Let us execute it. So I'm giving, let me give 3, 4, 5. So it says 5 is the biggest number. So let us take first number as big, 6, 5, 4. So 6. Let us put center number as big, 3, 5, 4. So 5. So it is taking correctly. So we can even simplify this one using nested functions, nested methods. So I'm using, instead of this one, so any one we can remove it. So suppose I'm removing it. So instead of temp here, so again I am using math max of a comma b. So here this returns biggest of first two numbers, and that number we are comparing with the third number. So it gives either c or biggest of a and b. So whichever is bigger. So if a is bigger than b, for example, this returns a, then we are comparing this a with c. If a is greater than c also, then it returns finally c. So this way, within one sentence, with the nested mathematical functions, we can find the biggest number. So I'm executing it. Let me say 3, 5 and 4. So 5 is the biggest number. So this one, instead of using this, I can also write here. I'm just deleting here. Instead of big, I'm putting it here. So one more line we can reduce. We are reading three numbers and we are comparing first two numbers and taking the biggest of first two, then comparing that number with the third number using the same function. So we are writing the biggest of three numbers and printing it directly. So let us execute it. So 5, 4, 3. So 5 is the biggest number. So instead of this, you can try with if condition, either with nested if condition or without simple enough if condition. You can try to find which is the biggest of three numbers. So let us move on to the next session. So in this lesson, we are going to learn the loop constructions in small basic. There are two kind of loops called for loop and while loop. So let us see the syntax. For is a definite loop for I is equal to 1 to 10. For example, okay, so we can write any number of lines in between for and end for. So here I am writing text window write line I. So this loop, so whatever code written in between this loop will run 10 times because we mentioned I is equal to 1 to 10. So how it runs? First time I value is taken as 1. So I can be any parameter. So any name. It's a variable name. So I value will be taken as 1 and this will get executed. So again it will go up. I value will be taken as 2 because step is by default 1. So whether we give step or not, so next time it will be 2, next time again I value will be 3 and all this will get executed, then again I value will be 4, like that until I value is 10, this code will get executed, which means this is a definite loop, this will get executed 10 times. So let us see, we are only printing the I value so that we can see what it is printing. So it is printing 1 to 10 because I value first time it is 1, next time it takes as 2, 3, like that 10, the next time it will stop. So let's see. Suppose if we are giving step as 2. So this means each time 2 it will get incremented. I value will get incremented with 2. For example, first time I value is 1, this will get executed. The next time I value will be 3 because 2 will get added. And then this will get executed. Again the I value will be 5, 3 plus 2. So like that. So until I value is 9, it gets printed. We are saying 1 to 10, but after 9, the I value will be 11. So this will not get printed, it will come down. So whatever is there here, this will get executed. Nothing is there, so it will exit. So let us see. So it is printing first time 1, second time 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. So next time it will be 11. So the code between for and N4 will not get executed because that condition shows only from I 1 to 10. So this is a definite loop. So we already know how many times this code will get executed because we are giving a step value. So if we don't give step value, by default it will be 1. Whether we give step value or not, we know how many times this will get executed. So here, instead of printing I, so let us print something else. So I'm printing some temp or some, I'm saying rand is equal to math get random number. Here we have to give the maximum value. Suppose I'm giving 10. This means what this function does, math is an object. Math has so many functions we discussed earlier. We discussed a couple of things like max, min, round, ceiling, flooring, these kind of things we discussed already, right? So there are so many. I even asked you to practice one by one, but I am discussing again this random number. So why I am discussing random number is because this has a lot of good significance. Because with this get random number, we can do a lot of magical things. So we can discuss those things later, but as of now, so let us see what this does. So what this get random number does is, each time it generates one random number between 1 and this number. Suppose I am giving 10, so it generates a random number, one random number between 1 and 10. So it can be 1, it can be 10, it can be 3. So anything is not less than 1, it's not greater than 10. So it only generates one random number between 10. but we are doing this, we are executing this within a loop 10 times. So these two lines will get executed 10 times. We already know, because we are for loop is a definite loop, and we are using I is equal to 1 to 10. By default step is 1. So first time I value will be 1 and this will get executed. Second time I value will be 2, this will get executed, like that until I value is 10, this will get executed. That means this will get executed 10 times. But here we are not printing the I value, we are using this loop only to make sure this code gets executed 10 times. So each time this should generate a different random number, right? Because the very meaning of random number means each time it should not generate the same number. It may be duplicate sometimes, but it is not always. So let us run this one. Run. Okay. Yeah. So I did not put the value here. So I have to print the value of rand. So we are taking one random number and storing it in rand and then printing that random number. Execute. So it is printing 10 random numbers, 7, 10, 7, 7, 9, 10, 2, 7, 4, 10. So 10 random numbers it is printing. But there are some duplicate number as well. For example, 10 is there 3 times, 7 is there 4 times, like that. So let us execute once again. Let us execute again. So this time it will not print the same numbers. Now it printed 7 2 times, 10 only 1 time, 4 number 2 5 times, like that. So it prints different numbers each time. So let us execute again and see. So to this time it printed 5 3 times, 9 3 times, like that. So different numbers it is printing, right? So if you put 5 here, it prints 5 times. This loop will get executed 5 times. So this code will get executed 5 times. So 5 numbers it will get printed. But here we are giving get random number 10. So the number each time gets generated is between 1 and 10, but 5 times. So let us see. So only 5 numbers gets generated, but the numbers are between 1 to 10. Suppose if you want between 1 to 5 only. So let us print here. So this is nothing to do with this 1 to 5. This 1 to 5 is for executing this code 5 times, and this 5 is for printing the random number between 1 to 5. So let us see. So 4 3 1 4 3. Let us run again. 5 4 1 2 3. Each time it will be different. That's what I wanted to show you. 5 1 3 4 4. Again 2 1 4 3 5, like that. So each time the number gets generated is random. Yeah. Now let us guess it. Let us guess the right number. So here we don't know when we can guess the right number, right? Suppose so within 5 times, can we guess the right number? Or let us see. Let us say text window read number. So this is let us put one. Let us read one number and put it in guess, and then this number gets generated, right? So then let us compare. If guess equal to rand, then so I'm saying text window write line, your guess is correct, and if always should be closed, right? And we can use else also if you want. So let us execute. So we are guessing one number. So let us put some message also, otherwise we'll not we'll get confused. Text window write line, guess a number. So it will show the message each time guess a number, then it reads a number and put it into guess, and then it generates a number and put it into rand, then it compares these two, the number which we guessed, the number which is generated. So we are comparing whether they are same. If guess is equal to rand, then TextWindow.WriteLine, your guess is correct. So it is also printing the random number, so we know whether it is comparing correctly or not. So let us execute it. So the entire thing will run 5 times. So guess a number 3. So it printed 2. So this did not match, so it did not say anything. Similarly, let's type 3, and it generated 4. So again, it did not give anything because it did not match. Like that 5 times it will run. 2. So this did not match. 1 did not match. 3. So again did not match. The 5 times is over. So press any key. So now we'll also print else text window write line, your guess is not correct, or we can say incorrect. So if guess is equal to rand, if the number which we guessed here and the number which generated here, if both are same, it says your guess is correct, else it says your guess is not correct. But the entire thing will run 5 times because we mentioned 1 to 5. So let us execute it. Guess a number 3. Yeah, your guess is not correct because it generated 1. 4. Again it generated 1, so your guess is not correct. 5. It generated 4, your guess is not correct. 6. It generated 5, your guess is not correct. So 2 generated 5, your guess is not correct. So done. So here for loop only runs 5 times whether we guessed it correctly or not. So instead of that, we have to run a loop until we guess it correctly. So not 5 times, it may be once, it may be 2 times, it may be 10 times until we guess a right number. But we are printing only the random number within 1 to 5. So mostly we can get it as soon as possible. So instead of for loop, we'll write while rand equal to guess. Here while rand not equal to guess, run it, and while if it is correct, it can come out of it. So then this condition is not required here. So what we do it, if guess not equal to rand, then print your guess is incorrect, guess again. So else is not required here. Because the moment guess is correct, so it will come down. It will come down because if guess not equal to rand, then it will print again. It will go up. But if it is rand and guesses are equal, this condition becomes false. Rand not equal to guess becomes false, so it comes down. So then we have to print here at the end, your guess is finally correct. You understood the code? So this condition will run, means the code within this condition will run until guess and random number are not equal. So once it is equal, it will come down and say your guess is finally correct. So but initially rand and guess are not defined, so it doesn't know what is rand or what is guess. So we'll put rand is, let's put some number like 6, and guess is, let us put 1. So both are not equal, so this will run. Rand not equal to guess, this code will run. That means it will write guess a number, it will read a number and put it into guess, it will generate a number, random number, and put it into rand, it will compare both, it will also print a random number, it will compare both random number and the number which we guessed. If it is not correct, it says your guess is incorrect, guess again. So again it says guess a number. So like that again, if rand and guess are not equal, it keeps running. So the moment both are equal, this condition will become false. So it will come down and say your guess is finally correct. So let us execute this one. So we have to give a number between 1 and 5 only, because we are generating a random number between 1 and 5. So I'm giving 3. Oh, first time itself it is correct. Your guess is finally correct. Okay, let us execute again. So I'm giving 4. So 3 number got generated. Your guess is incorrect. Guess again. Guess a number. Again I'm giving 4. So again your guess is incorrect. Guess again. I'm giving 6. 6 and 1 incorrect. Oh, it's not 6, right? We should enter only within 1 to 5. So let us enter 4. So again now it is correct. So your guess is finally correct. Press any key to continue, which means the loop got over the moment you give this, you guess it correctly. So you understood about this while condition and for loop. For loop gets executed definite number of times. We know how many times it gets executed, whereas while we do not know how many number of times it will get executed. Depends on the condition. So we learned for loop, we also learned while loop, we also learned the random number. So get random number. This is very interesting thing. With this we can do a lot of things. So end of this lesson today, I'll give one assignment using random numbers. Of course there is no time for this assignment, and only the experienced programmers, whoever has some program experience, doesn't mean working in the job, but while if you are a graduate or something, if you are studying programming in your graduation, BSc, BTech, MCA and all, you will be able to do it. So you can do that assignment. And those who are learning fresh, you can try the previous one, which is finding a biggest number among 3 numbers. You can try that. It's not an assignment, it's an assignment, but there is no time as such that within next week you have to show or something like that. There is nothing like that. You can practice. If you cannot do it, you can discuss with your friends, you can team up with your friends, and you can practice. For the kids, find a biggest number among 3 numbers. For somewhat experienced, do some other exercise that I will discuss in the towards the end of today's session. Okay guys, let us move on to the next lesson.
So in this session, we are going to learn two things. First thing is string concatenation, and the second thing, functions, that is text functions performed on strings. So if you see on the right side, there are so many methods for the object called text. There are so many methods: append, convert to lowercase, convert to uppercase. There are so many things. Get length of the string, get subtext, and all this. So there are so many functions. You can try one by one, but I will discuss a few things here. Yeah, let us see. String concatenation. So if you see, I'm giving a number. I'm assigning a number 10 to A, and I'm assigning number 5 to B. So let us see. If I say C is equal to A plus B, this is not a string, but just an example I'm telling you. So what it does, because A is also a number here, B is also a number here, so it will add, the number gets added. 10 plus 5, 15 will be stored in the C. So let us print it. TextWindow.WriteLine C. So I'm executing it. So it is saying 15. 10 plus 5, 15. It is adding it because both are numbers. So let us say B is not a number. Let us say it is my name, for example. So I'm adding A plus B. So A is a number, but B is a text string, right? So what it will print? So it cannot add 10 and Krishna as numbers. So mathematical operations cannot be performed between number and text. So we are giving a mathematical operation though, so it cannot add because these are not two numbers. What it will do? So let us see. So it is saying 10 Krishna. It is just appending. This is also called concatenation. So let us go ahead. So here also we'll see something like, so let me copy here. You can give in any order because my name is this, so I'm adding like this. So A Krishna, B Mohan. So these two words also gets concatenated. So I'm running it. So it's printing like Krishna Mohan. So it is adding Krishna plus Mohan. So this is called concatenation. So we can also give like this, A plus B, and here I'm removing C. I'm printing directly A plus B. These are not two numbers. If they are two numbers, it will add two numbers and it will return the sum of those two numbers. But here these are not numbers. If any of them is a string, it will concatenate. So it will print Krishna Mohan without space because we are not given any space. Yeah, Krishna Mohan is printing, right? So if you want space, either we have to give space here or we have to space here if you need a space in between. Yeah, you can check. So Krishna space Mohan. So this is called concatenation. So let us work on numbers only. Let us say multiplication table, 7th table B. Suppose we need 7 8 jump. So if we say A plus B, it will add 7 plus 8 15 because both are numbers. We don't want that. So we want to print A, then plus multiplication symbol plus the value of B, then plus we need equal to symbol, then again plus, we have to add plus for each. So now we have to print A multiplied by B. So what it should print? 7 into 8 equal to 7 8 ja.
whatever it is, 56 or whatever. So I'm running it. So 7 edge of 56. So this is just concatenating here only, because both are numbers, it is multiplying, but here in between we are giving text. So it prints A as it is, it prints X as it is, then value of B, then equal to as it is, and then the product of A multiplied by B. Alright, so this is called concatenation. We are just using plus in between text and number, text and number, text and number, text and number. So this is called the text string concatenation. So let us write a small program for multiplication table. Anyway, although this is not related to concatenation or text, anyway we tried this, so let us just do that. So for example, let us read a table number. Table is equal to TextWindow read number. So we are reading a table. Which table we want? So we can also write that. So I'm writing within quotes string. So which table you need? So this will just write this string, which table you need, because we are saying write line and it's reading a number and putting it into table. So let us also write TextWindow.WriteLine until which multiplier. So again, let us read a number. So let us read a number, put it into some variable name called multi. Any name, we can give any name. It starts with number, and these variable names can contain. So it must start with an alphabetic character, and it may contain alphabets, digits, and underscores. But the first letter must be alphabet. Okay. So we are reading two numbers. One is table and one is the multiplier, and let us print the table. For example, for I is equal to 1 to multiplier. And for here we printing table. Suppose if we are giving a seventh table 7, but here multiplier should change. So I value. So I value, it starts with 1 till multiplier. Suppose here we are giving 12. So 1 to 12 it should print, right? 1 to 12. So this number, first time 1, second time 2, third time 3, like that till 12. Here it should multiply. Table multiplied by I. Table multiplied. So the product, it should print the product, right? So we did not format this. Just right click, format program. So it will do the formatting, means indentation. Suppose let us run this program. So it says, let us see which table, 7th table, until which multiplier, let us say 12. So it's saying 7 1 is 7, 7 2 is 12, 7 3 is 21, like this until 7 12 is 84. It's printing. So this is only to show the concatenation, string concatenation. So I'm printing the number table, I'm printing the symbol X, then printing the multiplier number, then printing equal to symbol, then printing sum. So I will also tell you something like let us see program delay. Suppose you want dot delay 100. So after printing each line, if you need some delay, you just want to see slowly, program delay. This is an additional function you can learn. Program delay 100 means 100 milliseconds, which means 1/10 of a second. We are waiting after each line. So let us execute again. Okay, so I'm giving 19th table and I want to print till Ninja. So it is waiting after each line, right? So 19 Ninja, 19 1ja 2, 19 Ninja prints. So you can give more number also if you want. So let us say 200. If you still want to see even slower, 18 7ja. Like this we can see. So now we'll see the text functions. So let us say a equal to Krishna and length. Let us put some variable called length, which is text dot get length of a, or let us put name. Here let us give name. Name is equal to Krishna. Length is equal to text of get length. So the name is Krishna. Get length means how many characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should return 7. So let us print it. Text window, write line, length. So I'm executing it. So it is printing 7, right? So instead of a constant value, let us read it. Text window, read. So let us also print a message. Text window, write line. What is your name? So we are printing what is your name. Then we'll enter a name. So it will take into name. Then it will take a length of that name. Text dot get length of name and put it that length. And then we are printing the length. Let us see. So I am entering some name. So it says 7 characters. Press. Again let us see. Just type Mary. See, this is 4 characters. So like that. So we only saw get length, but here there are so many other functions. If you just copy, here we can see for the text object there are so many methods. Get subtext, get character, convert to uppercase. If you want to convert to uppercase, you can convert to uppercase. So let us, for example, print the name in uppercase. Write line, name. So instead of just printing the name, text dot convert to uppercase. So let us convert the name to uppercase and print it. So this is the name we are converting to uppercase and printing it. So let us execute. Let us say give some name. So it says 7 characters and it's printing in uppercase. So whichever case we give, whether uppercase, lowercase or middle case, it will convert to uppercase. So now let us check another one. With this knowledge, let us try to do a small program. Suppose for I is equal to length to 1. So we have seen I is equal to 1 to 10 like that. So reverse also is possible. So length, suppose length is 7, right? For suppose if we give Krishna, length is 7, 7 to 1. Here we have to mention step -1. So next time it will go with 6, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then it will stop. So let us print text window, not write line, but write. So here what we will print, text dot Yeah. Get subtext. Get subtext of name I1. I will explain you what it is here and for. So we are entering a name and taking a length. Let us assume I entered Krishna. The length is 7. So the loop will run for 7 times, but in a reverse order. So I is equal to length to 1 means 7 to 1. So first I value will be taken as 7, then it will be taken as 6, then it will be taken as 5, like this up to 1. So here what we are taking, we are from the name, the position. Suppose first one is I is equal to 7. So from 7th position we are taking one character, which is nothing but the last character. So again it goes I is equal to 6 because step -1 we gave. So again I is equal to 6, that is second character from the last. So the next I is equal to 5, that is from the name 5th character, that is third character from the right. So only one character we are taking. First we are taking 7th character, then 6th character, then 5th character, like that. Reverse order we are taking it and printing it. And we are not printing text write line. If you print write line, it will print each character in one single line. If you write if you use write instead of write line, it will print side by side. So what we are actually doing is we are printing the name in reverse order. So let us see. Let us run. So I'm just entering Krishna. So it is printing. It is saying 7. Then Krishna. It is also printing in the reverse order. Krishna. So in the reverse order it is printing. So after that we should print some enter to go to the next line. Let us see that. So after the loop, text window write line, some dummy line will print it so that it will go to the next line. So let us execute. Let us say Satvik. So 7 capital Satvik, and Satvik printed in reverse order. Satvik. So in the reverse order it printed. So let's print some other name. Suppose let's print something like this. So in the modi it's printing in capital letters and in the reverse order. So like that we can try any name, any number of characters. So 13 characters. So first 13th character, then 12th character, then 11th, 10th, like that until first character it prints on the reverse order. So this is about text functions and string concatenation. So you can see a lot of text functions are there. You can try one by one. Yeah, thank you. Let's move to the next and final session. So in this session, we'll see how to use arrays in small basic. So let us say, generally we use the individual variables and individual values. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C equal to 3. Single numbers or single names we use. So instead of that, if we want to store a multiple values, for example, a row of values into a single variable, so that is called an array. For example, I say I want to store A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers I want to store. B is equal to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, something like this. For example, A is my name. Let us say I'm Krishna and I want to store my marks of 5 subjects. So let us say 45, 65, 46, 57 and 75. So 5 numbers, 5 marks or whatever it is I want to store. Similarly, so I want to store for Satvik also 45, 66, 76, 78, 34, 57, something like this we want to store. So we cannot just do like this in any programming language. There is a construct called array to store multiple values in a single variable name. So let us see that. Suppose I am storing f1 is equal to, let us say, Krishna. I am storing names here. f2 equal to Satvik. f3 we have to use the square brackets. Let us say Lakshmi, and f4 let us say Mary, f5 let us say Navya, something like that. So we store 5 names under the same variable, right? A. So only thing we are giving the index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is called a single dimensional array. So let us print this. In order to print this, so we have to print it one by one. Text window, write line. Yeah, 1. So A of 1 is Krishna, right? So let us print like this 5 times. So here let us change the index. F2, F3, F4, F5. So we are storing 5 names under A with indexes F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and we are printing all the 5 names. Let us run it. So it is printing all the 5 names. This is F1, this is F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. So 5 names we print. So in case if you want to print this in a loop, so let us say for I is equal to 1 to 5. Then we can write one single line, right? So instead of 1, you put it 5 and 4. So this loop runs 5 times, right? As we discussed. First with I value as 1. So it prints A of 1, that is Krishna. So next time I value will be 2. So A of 2 will be printed, that is Satvik. So next time I value will be 3. So A of 3 will be printed Lakshmi. So next time it will be I will be 4. So A of 4 Mary will get printed. So next time finally I value will be 5. So A of 5 Navya will get printed. Then A of 6 no. So I value 6 it will go down. Means it will only print 5 times. So this loop will run 5 times. So it will print all the 5 names. So let us execute it. So it printed all the names, right? So we gave only once, but in a loop, for loop. So it runs 5 times and prints 5 names. So this is called an array. So we can also, for example, instead of hard coding in the program, so let us read the value. So A of I equal to text window read line read. So A of I is equal to text window read and text window write AFI. We are also printing whatever we read, we are printing it. So let us see. Let us run it. So I'm just giving Mohan and it is printing Mohan. I'm giving Krishna, it's printing Krishna. Lakshmi, Lakshmi. Navya, it prints Navya. Mary, yes. So instead of that, we can print in a different loop. Suppose it reads all the 5 names at a time and again it writes all the 5 names at a time. So let us see. So one more loop we'll write. So this loop runs 5 times and reads 5 times. So first time A of 1. So it takes one name and puts in A of 1. Second time reads another name and puts in A of 2. So like that, fifth time reads one name and puts in A of 5. So similarly, one more loop. This also runs 5 times. So first time it prints A of 5, the first name. Second time it prints A of 4. Sorry, first time A of 1, next time A of 2, like that until A of 5. So it prints all the 5 names in this loop. So let us execute it. Or let us also put some message so that we'll understand. Here we'll say enter name plus I. So first time it says enter name 1. So next time it says enter name 2. So when it is 1, AF1, it will read a name and puts in AF1. When the I is 2, enter name 2, it reads a name, puts in AF2, like that. So 5 names it will store in the array and those 5 names it will print here. Here let us also print something like before printing all the 5 names, we are printing a message like here is the list of names you entered, something like this. So before printing all the 5 names, it says here is the list of 5 names you entered. Then it prints all the 5 names because this loop runs 5 times. Each time it prints one name, so that way it prints 5 names. Let us run it. So enter name 1, Krishna. Enter name 2, enter name 3, enter name 3, enter name 5. So 5 names we gave, and now it is saying here is the list of names you entered, and it is printing all the 5 names, right? So if we want to print slowly, let us put program.delay 300. So after printing each name, it will wait for some time so that we can see slow effect. So line by line it prints. It is also something like this. Some other names will give Raja, Raju, Ravi, Ram, Rambal. The 5 names we gave, so it is printing one by one name. So we have seen a one-dimensional array. So let us delete it. The two-dimensional array. For example, in A you want to store something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what we are really storing is 3 rows. 3 rows, each row consisting of 5 numbers. So 15 numbers you want to store, but not like in one single row. So you want to store like a table. 3 rows, each row consisting of 5 numbers, total 15 numbers. So you can declare this like 3, 5. So there are 3 rows and each row consists of 5 numbers. So total 15. So you cannot declare like this, but I am just showing you an illustration. So let us generate some random numbers and store it. So let us say for I is equal to 1, 2, 3. So these are the rows. Let's assume these are rows. For j is equal to 1, 2, 5. So let's say, and for so this outer loop runs 3 times. That means 1 for each row, and this inner loop runs for the each row. So that is 5 times. That means 5 values for each row, right? For each row, 5 times it will run. So let us read some number and store it there. So A of I j equal to text window. So instead of reading it, let us take a random number. Random number is math, right? Get random number. So within which range we have to generate numbers? Maybe 15. If you say 15, 1 to 15, it will generate. So let us for example, let us take 90. 90 means any number between 1 to 90. So it will run, this inner loop will run 5 times, the outer loop will run 3 times. Means for each outer loop, inner loop will run 5 times. That means 3 into 5, 15 times this code will run, and each 15 times one random number between 1 to 90 will get generated and stored here. So now let us print it. So we can print it here itself. Text window, write A of j. If you give right line, each number will get printed in one row. But we do not want like that. First row, we want to print everything in one single row. So let us also give some space after each number. So after one row, so this loop is for one row, right? So after one row, we want to give some blank line. So text window, write line, so that the next row will come in the next line. So let us execute it. So what we are doing, 3 into 5, 15 times it will run. So this is outer loop is for the 3 rows, and the inner loop is for 5 numbers for each row. So we are generating a number between 1 to 90 and storing it, and we are also printing it. So after each number we are printing a space. After each row, after printing 5 numbers, we are printing a dummy line, so that the next, when it comes to next loop, it starts in the next line. So let us execute. So we can see, right, 3 rows got printed. Each row has 5 numbers. So after each number we are printing a space, and after each row we are printing a blank line, so that it comes to the next line. So 3 rows got printed. So everything in A only. So A is the only variable name. So this is called a two-dimensional array. So this is like a table, 3 rows, each row has certain number of numbers. So now hope you understand how to use the two-dimensional array. So let us again execute. We will get different numbers because we are using a random number. Each time we get different numbers, 81, 65, 89. Again we run it, 3, 27, 47. If we run it again, 69, 14, 75. Right? Each time we are getting a different number. There may be duplicate numbers. So now today's session is over. So I will give some assignment. Of course, there is no time for this. You can take your own time. So using all these concepts which are taught today, so you can work on one assignment. Of course, it will take some time. You can take your own time. You can also take help from your friends. You can team up with your friends. Maybe 3 people can team up and develop. So this is everybody knows, right? This is a ticket. This is a housey ticket. So we also call it tombola, where so each row, so we have to write a program to generate these six tickets. So 1 to 90. So that is the reason I gave here 1 to 90. We are generating 1 to 90. Of course, here we will have duplicate numbers, but here we should have all the unique numbers, all 90 numbers of unique numbers. So each row has 5 numbers, each ticket has 15 numbers, 6 tickets. So 15 into 6, 90 numbers. So 1 to 90 numbers gets printed randomly. So here there are 9 columns. So all single digits will get printed here. So 10 to 19 gets printed here, 20 to 29 gets printed here, like this, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, and 80 to 90, because 90 is the last number. 80 to 90 gets printed here. So there are 9 columns and 3 rows per each row. So each ticket has 3 rows. So there are certain rules, like all the numbers should be unique numbers, because there are only 90 numbers here. 6 into 15, 90 numbers. All numbers should be unique, and each ticket should have only 15 numbers, and so all the single digits should get printed in the first column like this. And also in each ticket, each column should have maximum 2 numbers, either 1 or 2. So either 1 or 2 numbers. So like this, if you read this ticket, you will understand all the rules. So if this is not that easy, this will definitely take time. You can team up with your friends, you can brainstorm, and you can take your own time and develop this. But once you develop a program to print these 6 tickets, these 90 numbers, you can print millions of tickets, because each time you run a program, these 90 numbers will get generated in a different random order. So one ticket, if you can print millions of numbers which are unique. So there are millions of combinations it will come. So you can print any number of tickets. Of course, if you want to develop further, you can also develop it further. For example, each ticket You can keep a unique identification number, and when you play the game, you generate 90 numbers randomly, right? When you play the game, not when you generate the ticket. When you play the game, so you take a random number, say for example 39, 39, 45, 45, like that. 90 numbers you randomly take it, and the person who has this ticket will tick whether his number has come. If his number comes, he will tick it. And suppose whoever got first 5 numbers, they will call you. Then we should be able to verify. We ask them the ticket number and we verify whether that particular ticket number already got these 5 numbers, which means your computer will also show you which are all the tickets which got first 5 numbers completed. So like that you can develop your own program. So I did this actually about 23 years ago, around 1997 I developed this game. No, I'm not saying this Tombola game was developed by me, but I wrote a program to generate the tickets and to play the game using C language. So anyone can do that, but this will definitely take some time. So you can try it, you can take your own time. So thank you.
Thank you, friends. Thank you for watching. So I will run these nature sounds for the next 5 minutes or so. If you want to watch, you can watch. Otherwise, you can close this session. And the first time when you go through this session, this is a 2-hour session. If you are newly watching right now, you can watch the complete session for 2 hours whenever you have time, or maybe you can watch half an hour today, half an hour tomorrow, like that. I will be uploading this entire video, so you can watch it. And when you watch it, yeah, it will seem like you understand everything, but after that you keep forgetting. So you come back again, you watch it. You can watch as many number of times, and then you can learn it, and you can also develop your own programs. So every Sunday 9 to 11 this session will be there. I will schedule again one more live session for the next week. In case the time changes, it will be 10 to 11 or so. Sometimes I may take only 1 hour 1 week, and some weeks I may take 2 hours, depending on that. So not always coding and not always small basic. So in this series, we learn multiple programming languages. We learn a lot of computer tools, tips and tricks. We learn Excel to use in the real time, how to use your Excel in the real time. We learn how to use PowerPoint in real time. We also learn how to make videos, like whether it is for YouTube or selling or training. For example, if there is training, whatever skill we have, we can make a video with that skill, and we can even sell that video in training portals like Udemy, and there are many other such portals. We can do that. So we learn a lot of things. We learn photo editing, we learn video editing, we learn programming languages, we learn computer tips and tricks. We also learn how to apply for jobs, job portals, how to prepare our resume, and time management skills, career guidance. A lot of such things we can learn. And if you are also interested to start your own business, I can also teach you entrepreneurial skills, how to start your own company, how to register a company, how to get loans from banks, and how to run a company, how to prepare a project plan so that you will easily get bank loans and all that. So I can teach you whatever skills required to get a job or to do your own business or to earn from online, like YouTube, Amazon, and Udemy, like training portals like Udemy, etc. So keep tuned. Please keep watching every week. please subscribe, and also please share with your friends and known contacts so that they can also benefit. Thank you guys.